Hey, hey. Is anybody in? Nancy, are you in my shed again? Oh my fucking god. And here's this cat again. I don't. Oh my, hang on. Oh god. Gatto, I don't think you should go in there. Gatto, no, you should not go in there. No. Help me, Stanley, my bitch daughter. Yeah, she locked me in here. The Gatto knows. See, the Gatto knows everything. The Gatto knows I'm in the shed. Oh my God, Savannah. Look at the Gatto. I know. Oh my God. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gatto. All right, well, just hang loose. Hey, hang loose, Nancy. We'll get to you soon. Okay. Welcome, Jethro Tull. Hey, we shake things up a little bit, no? That's right, we shake things up a little bit. Of course I did. Where do you think she was? Oh, my God. Oh, hang on. Welcome to the show. In the darkness once more, and some light. But there's some light. And then we say, oh, wait a minute, here we are. Yes, just roll call. See? When you're like, welcome, you're the first. And hey, sometimes when you're the first, you get to see stuff you wouldn't normally see. That's right. You just never know. You just never know what strikes the fancy. All right. Good. Follow that. All right, let's rock and roll. What are we doing? Well, you know it's Mortensen. You know it's the Mortensen effect. I know everybody talks about Miss Mortensen. Well, we'll see what we can do. Who do we got, my loves? We got, of course, Jethro Troll. That's right, Chrissy X Ferris. Welcome. Brain can't handle itself anymore. I'm going to keep on going, just saying, hey, stay good. Okay, what's the matter? What are you talking about, Chrissy? Why are you smashing that phone? What are you talking about? Why you want to smash your phone? Yes, of course it was right in front of you. I told you the whole fucking time. I'm still waiting on my $1 million, by the way. That's the ticket, isn't it? That's a ticket. But what's the matter, Chrissy, eh? Why are you smashing your phone into your noggin? Don't be doing that. Don't be smashing the phone into the noggin or wherever. You're just going to end up ruining the phone. And you're probably going to, it might cost money. Welcome, she's just a devil woman. Welcome, love, welcome. What the fuck's up with you? Hey, did you read that story about that? He's an ex-CIA agent, right? He had $400 million worth of fucking gold bars in his house. Did you read that? Remember, I talked some video like fucking 9 months ago. I don't know how long. Remember, I told you about gold. I told you about don't let anybody know that you have fucking gold on you. Like, you have an ex-CIA agent.
He had, I guess they raided his house, and they found $400 million worth of gold fucking bars in his place. Oh my God. Remember the story about the gold? Anyway, welcome, Ashley Brogdon. Just saying, just weird shit like that. Just weird shit like that. 3% battery, no charger, and when it gets stupid, I don't know how to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading. I'm sorry, love. That's all. And I would be fine without a phone. I would prefer it, to be honest. Oh, okay. Understood. Hey, I totally understand that. Absolutely, Chrissy. I know. Hey, I agree. I'm glad you're here. Phones are, you know what? It's a great point, actually, you bring up. Phones are fucking, they're ridiculous. They really are. However, here we are. But you're right. When you stop and really think about it, it's not good. It really isn't. I mean, but still, hey, here we are. But anyway, welcome Ashley Brogdon. Welcome Sugar Chateau. Of course, the gato loves you. The gato loves you. The gato loves the entire garden. He runs the show. He does. He really runs the show. Gato is the star of the day. He always is. Oh, yes, he is. What's amazing is he is like a Swiss. He's definitely like a Swiss watch. You know what I mean? He is going to get you up within precisely a few minutes every morning, give or take. Yeah, he's like a Swiss watch. He is right on time. Like he is super good with his times. Like he's gonna be here at this time. He's gonna wake your ass up at 2:00 he's gonna wake your ass up at between 4:50 and 5:00 every morning. He's gonna wake your ass up because that is his time, and he will do whatever it takes to make sure that you know that it's his time. That is his time. All right? He will do whatever it takes, my friend. So, yeah. The gato lives. The gato rules. The gato rules all. He will disrupt your sleep from here to eternity. Okay? Oh, yes, he will. Anyway, he is the baby. He is the Chateau Gato, so you know what I'm saying. He's the familiar. Welcome, Lady Dame Sophia, Queen of Wisdom. Welcome, Creamy Row, Queen of Creamy Row. Oh, baby. Ashley Brogdon, Queen of you're my purple rose. You're my purple rose. Purple rose. All right. Good. Where are we at, you say? But where are we at, Master Nature? Oh, boy, here we are. No, we ain't going to start off with that, are we? We're going to save this one. No, we're going to save that. We're going to save that, guys. But it's Thursday. How is everybody doing on Thursday? Welcome, Dame Celestine, Queen of the Stars. She's just a devil woman. Actually, shoot up, get some long gloves, and grab them up, baby. Ashley. What's Ashley doing? I'm not quite sure. All right. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, Jethro Troll. Hello. Oh, you were the first, weren't you? But, Jethro Troll. That's right, man. Welcome to Thursday. Love you. That's our first interlude. That's right. Now we're cooking with gasoline, baby. Yeah. Hey, roll him around a little bit. He'll be all right. All right. Remember, Gus. You cook fucking Brontosaurus burgers here. Remember, Gus. Brontosaurus fucking burgers. Roam around a little bit. He'll be all right. All right. Right? The picnic. Goonie Goo Goo. Bigfoot. He, she. The prime. That's how all these concepts came together. Remember, Bigfoot, Goonie Goo Goo, he, she, Paul Stanley, Kiss, the prime. It's all one big connection here, guys. That's what it is. That's how the concept evolved. Right? In the garden? That's how the concept evolved. All right. I love you, White Rabbit. I love you, White Rabbit. Let's not try to dig too many holes today as I chase you. All right. They hear you. Big motherfucker, Gus. Big motherfucker. That's right. Big motherfucker. You motherfucker. All right. Yeah, I like that. You motherfucker. Yeah, good. Hey, it's Thursday, baby. We lightening up. Hey, tomorrow's Friday, love. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Yeah. This is funny. Let's read this. All right. Even without Judge Hippler's ruling, it seems plausible that Ann Taylor could have refuted Mortensen's identification based on his profile alone. Massoth wrote of Mortensen, her uncertainty is repeated in each interview, and at least 8 hours passed before she interviewed the first time. 6 weeks passed before she was interviewed by law enforcement the final time, and 6 months passed when she testified before the grand jury, balancing the Manson-Biggers factors, right? This was shot down. There is no reliability of the physical characteristics that Dillon has reported. There is a great risk that at trial in front of a jury, her testimony will be viewed as a clear identification of Mr. Kohberger. This would be false identification and would prejudice the proceedings in a way that must be avoided. When a ghoul commits murder, we want to believe in the dedication and the credibility of the people we hire to find him. All right. Right? We trust the cops. We'll be at least competent. Right? Well, maybe not to that degree, but competent. Faith in our Lord. I don't know what he's talking about here. This is ridiculous. Nobody thinks this anymore, but anyway. Whatever one thinks about the validity of Brian Kohberger's motions in limine or the impartiality of Idaho's criminal justice system, one thing remains certain. With the exception of a change in venue, Taylor's efforts were for naught. In each and every instance, the vampire ruled against her. Yeah, well, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Not every single thing, but probably the most important pieces. Yeah. Definitely. McComas, okay. Interesting. All right. Quick break. Quick break. We'll get into more of this book. Broken Plea, chapter 8, 7, 8. Page 188 of 431. This is the Kindle edition, right? Broken Plea. Yep. I mean, he's reviewing the interviews that we all have access to here. At least this portion of what they're doing. But anyway, quick break. Wall child. Wall child. Wall child. All right. Wall child. It's all right. 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 Yeah. Where are we at? What we doing, yo? How's the Thursday rolling along? I know the feeling, devil woman, working this weekend. Oh, Ashley, you gotta stop that stuff. Ashley, you gotta say, you know what? I am not working this weekend, bitch. Fuck no. Get somebody else to cover this fucking shit. That's what I would do. If I could. But you know what? You shouldn't have to work every goddamn weekend here. I mean, if you do, well, you shouldn't have to do that. I'm just saying. I know it's a pain in the goddamn ass, but it is. It is a pain in the ass. Things are upside down. Things have been upside down for quite a while, unfortunately. And hey, we're not being political, but just as a general observation, things have been upside down for quite a while. And it's repugnant. It's repulsive. It's repulsive. It really is repulsive when you think about it. It's fucking repulsive. It is repulsive. It's a good way of putting it. It really is repulsive. Wow. Yeah. Fucking is. Damn right. Damn straight, Tig old biddies. Damn straight, Tig. Don't think I didn't see you there, Tig old biggity and white. Of course, you don't think I don't see you? I know, Tig old. Tiggle, what you should say to what you should do, Tiggle, is you should email me and tell me about certain things, and well, maybe I email me. I tell you what, I'll email you about it. Yep. All right, let's carry on. Mortensen. I'm getting a fucking haircut. Hey, if Ellie Ryan or welcome satire love. Well, remember, no you, no me. No you, no me. Nor you and I. No you and I. No you and I. Beautiful song. Probably one of my favorite, but we'll get into that later. You remember The Hobbit. All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Right. All right, let's carry on. Macoma. So here we are. We're at Macoma. Right, Macoma said Mortensen, Dylan, our prime, one of them, right, was dating a male named Mr. Quinn. Remember Mr. Quinn? He lived in Boise and thought they had dated for about 2 years. She had not met Mr. Quinn in 2 years. Ever. Yeah, it was 2 years that they were dating for, and apparently nobody ever met this person. Just saying. She had not met Quinn and did not believe he had ever visited Moscow. Yeah. Mortensen would usually visit him instead during school breaks. So the only complaint Dylan had about Mr. Quinn the Eskimo was how much he played video games. Yeah, that's a common complaint with young chicks. Guy, please, why does he play video games all the time, you fucking prick? These chicks want to go out, whatever they want to do. And this guy's playing video. Whatever you know what I'm talking about. These, not lords and lads. You know what I'm talking about here. I'm talking to the lords and lads. Some of these bras, they cannot get away from the video game. So, anyway, Macoma did not believe the prime, Bigfoot, had a relationship with another male during this time. Well, that's lovely. The Hobbit did not have a boyfriend at the time. We know Chapin and we know this. They stayed together pretty much every night. Macoma did not see Chapin. Did not see Ethan or Xana on Saturday night at all, but had seen them on Friday. But she didn't see him at all on that Saturday, which means, again, she didn't run into them on the way home, right? No contact, even though she leaves the house approximately 2 o'clock in the morning, right before Kaylee and Maddie get home, but she doesn't happen to run into Xana or Ethan anywhere. Just saying. Remember, what is the greatest mistake in this case? It's Xana and Ethan. Always. That is the greatest mistake in this case. So, anything that has to do with sightings of them or timings of them or, guesses about them and, like, if I saw them or not, that's all important because this is the greatest Moscow fucker inbred corn fucker mistakes that they made in this case was Ethan and Xana. That is the greatest mistake here. It always was. You corn fuckers. Yeah. Why? Because to this day, you cannot explain their whereabouts, okay, from 2 o'clock in the morning, listen to this, all the way up through 11:50 a.m. The next, the next day, the same day. We talked about this. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that again. But that is the greatest, I got to say it's the greatest mistake ever made here. Yeah. It has to be the greatest mistake ever made here. Yep. Why? Why? Why is this, my loves? Why is it? I'll tell you why. It's very simple. When we listen to all these interviews, okay? We listen to all the bullshit, all the interviews, out of all the characters in this goddamn story, right? What we don't get is we have no concern, at least on the part of the police. There is absolutely no concern given or no concern expressed about why we cannot fill in a gap. We have to fill in at least a 2-hour timeline, a 2-hour chunk of time, if you believe the DoorDash scenario. But it doesn't appear to be any concern about why nobody can identify Xana or Ethan after 2 o'clock in the morning. There doesn't appear to be any type of concern about that, or worry, or I don't know, urgency that does not come out in any of these interviews. That's a big problem, and that's a big clue here too. There's no urgency. It's okay. We asked the question. Did Xana and Ethan come home at that time when you were home? We asked that question. And then we say no. Right? We say no. They did not come home when we were there. We were up. We were awake. And no. Not me nor Bethany the Hobbit. Nobody saw them come home at all. Okay. Again, that is Moscow's greatest mistake. Yes, it is. And there's no urgency. There's no well, that's kind of fucking weird. So what time do they get home, Dylan? So wait, Dylan, you're telling me that you were up from, 2 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning, and you can't recollect if Xana or Ethan got home. You can't recollect that, huh, Dylan? Gee, don't you think that's weird? Dylan Mortensen? Moscow police? You fucking inbreds? That's a little strange. But all of a sudden, somebody's delivering a DoorDash to Xana out of the blue, okay, which appears out of the blue, because we don't even know if they're in the fucking house. Yeah. And Moscow, again, there's no explanation for how this works. There's no connecting the dots here. It's 1 minute, we don't know where they are for 2 hours, and then the next minute, poof. Well, they're eating DoorDash. They're eating curly fries at 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. Moscow has no story for any of that. There's no in between. They don't have an explanation for it. That's a problem. That's problem number one. Yeah. When you can't track down all your fucking victims in the same night and there's like huge time gaps, that's your first problem. That's your first fucking problem, man. You got to know what the victims were doing here at all times. And if you can't figure that out, that's a problem. Because in those windows, those gaps that you don't know about, well, shit could be happening that you don't know about too. Moscow. So yeah. But Moscow, in this investigation, they didn't think they had any blind spots. But these are not real homicide investigators either. So that, again, that would make sense. Because they're fucking morons to begin with. You know, this case should have never been investigated by this team, by this police department. Never. They wanted, what happened here is they wanted to take this on, even though they knew nobody in that police department had any experience working a case like this. Let's just get that straight. We called in the FBI within 48 hours of the murders. We called in FBI already. FBI was on scene at 11:15 already in this case, 11:15. So within 48 hours, we had FBI involved. Yeah. And then before that, of course, ISP got involved before that. And then 24 hours later, the FBI got involved. So, anyway, whatever that means, it means whatever. But yeah. So what possibly should have happened here was Idaho State Police should have taken full control over this case. They should have taken full control over this case. Yep, they should have taken, except for making Moscow, do their stuff in Moscow. I would say the command center should have shifted directly to Idaho State Police in Boise. That's where this case should have. That's where they should have been the lead agency here. They should have taken the lead over from Moscow almost immediately. That's what they should have done, and that never happened. That never happened. So, would that have been any better in terms of the outcome? Maybe not. But I'd rather have the Idaho State Police. If I had to choose between two fucking imbecile evils. Cornfuckers. If I had to choose between one cornfucker and the other, I'd choose Idaho State Police over Moscow. And yeah. I mean, I'm sort of in a rock and a hard place here, but, But, I mean, they have many more resources than I would. So yeah, I would have Idaho State Police taking the lead on this case, but that never happened. It never happened. Right, good. We all know that. We all know it. It's not a grand conspiracy. It's in the documents. It's all over. You can find that out pretty easily. Moscow was the lead. They always were the lead according to them and according to everybody else. They were always the lead agency on this case, even though they should not have been. Okay, at all. As we see plenty of times and over again. But you let the little guys fall. Maybe that's it. We let the little guys fall and we protect ourselves. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. All right. Dig this. So dig this. Dig this. All right. Helpful to big victimology. All right. Back to my interview with Ann Taylor's criminologist. All right, Turvey. Right? Immediately, Turvey said, when asked how soon after examining the K-bar sheath, he moved on to broader doubts immediately. Broader doubts included, right, the manner in which Kaylee and Maddie had been killed. The wounds were disproportionate. They were oddly symmetrical. And he believes they could not have been caused by one knife. One knife. Turvey felt certain that the bodies had been posed. Right. Once you look at the knife, quote, and you just sort of back out, you can see one of the victims' heads was all bloody. All right. And her pillow was all bloody. But the two did not match as police found them. Kaylee's head had been moved after all the blood soaking ended, meaning after she was dead, and then one body was moved on top of the other body. Kaylee on top of Maddie's right arm, right, as if they were cuddling with each other. And then the sheet, of course, had been drawn over them. What about liquid blood on the comforter? I asked. Okay. I asked. How is it possible that police would have found liquid blood pooled in a porous surface 8 hours after the crime? Is that normal? I wouldn't say there is anything normal about a crime scene like this, he responded with a shrug. But Kaylee suffered significant injuries that led to a tremendous loss of blood, so it's not that uncommon. It depends on the material the comforter was made of, the type of fabric the blood pooled in. The medium of the barrier itself matters. Cotton acts differently than polyester, but on top of that, what's the temperature in the house? What's the humidity? All these things come into play. Which presents the perfect opportunity to pause and talk about environmental factors which the police seem to have overlooked. Things like illumination, precipitation, and ambient temperature certainly, they come into play when considering the crime scene as a whole. All right. The kitchen door was supposedly left open for 8 hours with snow on the ground, for example, creating questions about what was tracked in or out of that. Okay, all right, whatever. Darkness would have been an issue for anyone sneaking around through the bushes. According to online sources and a weather report in Bill Thompson's file, it was 28 degrees Fahrenheit at 4 o'clock in the morning in Moscow, the morning of the homicide. Right? Skies were overcast with traffic light fog. Winds 5 miles per hour blew down the fucking hill on the goddamn prairie. That's when I lost my crop. I said, God damn you all. I lost my fucking crop, and don't give me no shit about the moon waning gibbous with 82.5% relative illumination. Fuck you, I just lost my crop. Fuck the moon. Anyway, cloud cover would have made the early morning sky feel dark, cold, like I'm stuck on fucking Mars, and wet. Well, maybe not Mars. Foreboding, as ring cam footage from the 112 King Road so clearly shows, the killer would have found conditions just about perfect for getting in and out undetected. Okay. The killer would have found conditions just about perfect for getting in and out undetected. Okay. So what? That's not, guys, that's not, I don't know what that is. That's not an argument to me. That doesn't support shit. That, I don't know what that is. So what? We're talking about the fucking weather. We're going to talk about the weather on D-Day. We're going to talk about the weather. This is irrelevant. This discussion about weather, this whole thing is irrelevant, okay? I'm totally going to forget this. I'm not going to get into weather. That is so... fuck you, man. This is like mistake number 8 to hear I put in here. It's so dumb. It's dumb. He's not... You're... All right. All right, whatever, man. If you want to use weather in this case, you have to use it smartly. And perhaps you can use weather in this case, but it's going to be very specific. This is not this type of weather discussion, whatever this is. It's stupid and ridiculous. So I'm going to forget about this. Yeah. Because the way he's trying to use weather in this case is dumb, at least up until this point that I'm reading. That's stupid. Okay. So I don't know what that is. But that's dumb. That's a dumb analysis. And I'm not sure what we're trying to do there. Who cares? So what? What are you trying to say? You can only use weather in very certain specific ways in this case, and this is not one of these ways you're going to do that. No, it's stupid to me. Listen to this. Let's listen to this. I'm going to read this to you again. So this presents the perfect opportunity to pause and talk about environmental factors like the weather, which the police seem to have overlooked. Yeah. Did they? Not in what you're trying to argue. Things like illumination, precipitation. Illumination is not an environment. Or if you're talking about the weather, you got to be clear. All right? And ambient temperatures certainly come into play when considering the crime scene as a whole. The kitchen door was supposedly left open, for 8 hours with snow on the ground. For example, creating questions about what was tracked in or out. Okay. Like what? Like what? Snow? Nah, see, vague. Darkness would have been an issue for anyone sneaking around through the bushes. Okay. All right. Fine. That's kind of... See, we're a little disjointed here in our story. Yeah, anyway. According to online sources and a weather report in Bill Thompson's file, it was 28 degrees Fahrenheit at 4 a.m. in Moscow the morning of the homicides. Skies were overcast with light fog. Winds 5 miles per hour. Which, whatever. Out of the south. Whatever. It's not that bad. It's like a fucking hurricane. With nautical visibility All right, fine. Nautical visibility in Moscow, Idaho, of 6 miles and humidity of 89%. The moon was waning. Fuck off. With 82.5% relative illumination. So it's relatively bright. Cloud cover would have made the early morning sky feel dark, cold, and wet. Foreboding. Whatever. As ring camera footage from the 1112 King Road camera so clearly shows, the killer would have found conditions just about perfect for getting in and out undetected. All right, and before dismissing weather as superfluous to forensic investigation, remember what Turvey said about the... Okay, here's the justification for this irrelevant argument. Let's hear the justification. Let's hear it. Yeah, what about it? All right. What? Let's remember what Turvey said about the coagulation process of blood. All right. Oh, jeez. Wow. You're. I'll tell you what you're doing here. You are not specifying, my friend. You are taking what he's doing here is he's taking a very wide subject and calling it environmental factors, but he's not being specific to what you're trying to define here. And so he's trying to play a little game called see, I told you so, kind of weird, like this weird game of well, this is kind of a gotcha moment. But however, you're an idiot because you're saying environmental conditions, which could run from, earthquakes, volcanoes, any environmental condition you could think of. And that does include temperature, and that does include things like that, right? But you have to define here what you're trying to do in your argument. And Mr. Whitcomb here, and not so good. Not so good here with this. Mr. Whitcomb. Are you another one of these schmucks who vacations in Hawaii and then gets a medal for finding a black glove on a Waikiki fucking black volcano Diamond Beach? Are you one of these fucking people, man? I really hope not. Because right now I got 8 or 9 fucking things that I found in your book that are either flat out wrong or they're not, you didn't include enough, you didn't extend. There's 8 or 9 mistakes here, my friend, already. But hey, I'm not halfway through the book yet. But there's at least 8 or 9 big kind of like fuck ups. Yeah, Mr. Whitcomb. Yeah, I spare no one, my friends. I don't give a shit about you, Mr. Whitcomb, Turvey, Gonzalez, Slow-Mo Rodriguez. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care what you are. No, remember Ken Maines and all these other fuckers, right? I'm tingling, guys. I'm fucking tingling. Do you think I care about any of these people? Right? How do you think the channel started? It's not because I cared. I did. But it's more because I wanted to fucking make fun of these goddamn frauds. Frauds. That's where the channel really started. You remember the Reverend Donna, don't you? Did you forget the Reverend Donna so soon? Absurdity. You forgot absurdity. You forgot Reverend Donna. You remember Reverend Donna, don't you? That's right. I remember it well, Tyrone. Yeah, that's right. That's when we mutinied against you, Master Nature. We all followed the Reverend Donna. We all mutinied against you. Yeah, we did. Yes, I did. Yes, I remember that well, Tyrone. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mutinied too. I finally was free, asshole. Yeah, the Reverend Donna was kind. She brought us into her house and, fed us porridge and, like cottage cheese and, slices of ring bologna and shit. She said, come on in. And she fed us really well, Master Nature. You didn't feed us at all. You didn't feed us at all, Master Nature. You were so stingy, Master Nature. Oh my God. Yeah, that's why we mutinied against this asshole garden. He would starve us to death. Welcome, Mrs. John. Just in time. We were discussing the history of the channel. The history of the spirit guides, you know. Reverend Donna, you know how to. Reverend Donna G. Right. I'm a preordained minister, bitch. All right. I'm Rick James, bitch. All right. I'm Reverend D, bitch. All right. I love you. Mrs. John, I love you. I'm Reverend D, bitch. Oh my God. Well, she did treat us well. That's a long way to the top, baby. Master Nature, you're a fucking weirdo. I hate your guts. I don't know, centipede. Rick Wakeman. Rick Wakeman. All right, babies, let's go, Rick Wakeman. All right. King Henry VIII. What else did he do? He did King Henry there. Played with Yes. Played with a lot of famous bands there. It's kind of one of these, you know, I'm a prodigal son kind of guys, you know, so. Anyway, whatever, fuck you. Whatever, fuck you. Hey, wait a minute. Terry Lynn, welcome. And when did you sneak in here? The porch is just right. Damn. Well, I gotta show you this, and maybe I have to. Well, I don't know. I should get back to the tinkling. All right. This is John. Why? You know what's about to happen. Yet you still want the war to continue. I don't get it. Why? Here we go.
Everybody, I'm getting a haircut.
Oh no. Oh my God. Here we go. He getting a fucking haircut, Mrs. John. Here we go. Hair and nails long.
Hey.
They're like, oh, fucking great.
Good.
Yeah, now I gotta talk to this guy for 3 fucking hours. Joy. No, sorry. Sorry, mister.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready? Yeah, get comfy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Mrs. John. Hey, Mrs. John.
Ariel Mermaid.
Oh, little mermaid.
Hey, Mrs. John. Hey, can you mind Hey, listen. Can you mind raising your neck up a little bit? I missed a spot here, Mrs. John. All right. Now, come on now, Mrs. John. We can't be that mean now, can we? Yeah, I know. That never happened to me, but I could definitely see how that would happen in down there. Oh my God, guys, why? Why? Anyway, back to that. Oh, child. Just a devil woman out of Kentucky. Now, just a devil woman. Are you out of Kentucky or where you out of? You out of Kentucky, aren't you? You out of fucking Kentucky. I knew it. Master Nature. She out of fucking I don't want to talk about Kentucky right now. Do not want to talk about Kentucky right now. I'm just saying. No, a lot of devil women down there. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Should we do a reading, love? How about this? We're an hour in, right? How about we do a reading? What do you think? Do you guys want to do a reading or should we continue with Mortensen? What do you think? Whatever you want to do. Mortensen or a reading? Your choice. Think about it. We can continue on with Mortensen and the book, or we can do a reading. How's that? 1 minute break. Think about it. Whatever you want to do. where we started from. Right. Back to the roots. Right, good. Shenanigans. Very much.
You fucking prick! Stanley, get me out of here. Now I'm stuck in your fucking bathroom. I don't want to be here. Stanley! Hey, have you talked to Stanley? Have you talked to her? Oh my God, Stanley. What a terrible wretch she is. And my Frankenstein daughter. Oh my God. I'd like to pay you $1 million, but you see my daughters are fucking cunts. Well, maybe you should, still, I think you should sleep outside in the shed, okay? I mean, I'm serious.
Carry on. Gato, hello, Gato again. Lots of Gato time. Yes, I know. Lots of screen time for the Gato. Go ahead. Right on. Lovely. No secrets. No. No secrets. Of course not. Well, thanks. Well. And why are you my Gato familiar? We're the secret. Oh my God. Oh, she goes.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. All right. Christopher Rodrigo.
I know, slowpoke.
Anyway, all right, whatever. Christopher Rodrigo. All right, whatever. What are we doing? Yes, the Gato is loud. Sometimes he is very loud. That's right. Oh my God. Dame, we talk. What is going on? So what do you guys want to do?
I don't remember, Ethan. I don't know a time. All right. Oh, I don't know, guys. I mean, you're going to have to believe two people here, and that's. I mean, sure. I disagree with this. I disagree with this. I don't know where they. Hang on. That ain't better. No, I disagree with this shit. Like, so this all starts in the third floor bedroom with Kaylee and Maddie, so we start there too, he explained. Based on timeline and logic, this has to be the first place a crime occurred. They are attacked and stabbed to death right next to each other. Huh? Are we talking one perpetrator or two? Okay, I don't know. That much is obvious. But the idea that one woman is violently attacked and killed while the other is sleeping, that she doesn't wake up and do anything, doesn't fight back, doesn't even respond, that's nonsense. These two women are right on top of each other in a small bed, and it's obvious that neither of them ever left the bed. Okay, Kaylee was I can't pronounce it tonight. She was strangled to death to the point where blood vessels burst in her eyes and lips. Asphyxiated. There we go. Then she was severely beaten before being stabbed and cut dozens of times. Maddie never woke up. We are supposed to hacked at Kaylee while somehow dealing with Maddie too. There has to be a second person involved, he opined. Turvey cited ISP reports to bolster his conclusions, which he considers fact-based and obvious. He said he followed the evidence as it was presented, building chronology as he tracked what he believes were the killers through the house. So, once they get out of that room, they go down the stairs to the second floor, and where do they end up? Where do they arrive? In the kitchen. What happens when they get there? Okay. Alright. As Noon's body cam shows, the killer or killers would have turned left, moving out of Mogan's bedroom, taking 4 or 5 steps before turning left again and walking down the fold-back stairs. Alright. It is plausible to think the killer would have stopped at Dylan's room when he got down to the second floor, especially if she heard him and got up to open her door. As she has stated, Thompson, his narrative, right? This is not what happened. In the kitchen, you have Xana eating her food, and she's in there on TikTok, and that's when she sees who it is. Right? Turvey said. As she, see, this doesn't, I don't agree with this. But anyway, whatever.
As she runs down the hallway and the killers are covered in blood, they have blood on their hands and they got blood on their clothes. They got blood on their faces. They have their knives and whatever other weapons they were carrying, which we don't even know because there were no weapons recovered at the scene. Well, yeah, true. But she sees them, sees the weapon, and she runs down the hallway toward Ethan to wake him up and get help. The offender is able, I think, is able to get close enough to injure her, which is why we have her blood in the living room, on the walls, and some of the horizontal surfaces. All right. As previously documented, Xana's blood was found on the side edge of the folding white table. According to Sutton, at least the state believes she was injured while fleeing to her room. That's either the offender tracking her blood back out after the murder in her bedroom, or leaving it as he first attacked her. Either way, she gets further attacked in her bedroom and she gets taken apart. This is a battle where she fights so hard and there's blood everywhere. She's stabbed and she's got defensive wounds and all kinds of injuries. Ethan was in bed. He never gets out of bed. So, either he never wakes up, which is almost impossible based on what is going on, things crashing, Xana screaming. Either he doesn't wake up, or the other offender gets in there, holds him down, stabs him a few times, and he's done. To me, it's not a reasonable inference to suggest that he slept through the violent, destructive, screaming murder of his girlfriend. That's just not reasonable. It all happens right next to his body. Turvey seems right. None of this makes sense until one addresses another important consideration. All right, or whatever. The women on the third floor both suffered what a behavioral analyst might identify as rage kill injuries, signature wounds. Both women had their throats slit from ear to ear post-mortem. Twice. Well, I mean, is that true, guys? Really? I mean, that's pretty fucking bad. If that's true, both women had their throats slit from ear to ear post-mortem. Twice. Each of them had nearly identical gashes on one of their shoulders. That's interesting, Turvey said with a nod. It tells us a great deal about the killers. You are seeing actions play out from more than one offender. All right. I mean, it's... No. Doesn't mean there was two killers there. Just saying, that doesn't prove there's two killers there. Just saying, that doesn't support that, but whatever. I mean, it's interesting, don't get me wrong, but... Alright, stipulate that among Turvey's 22 bound publications is a 753-page text titled Criminal Profiling, an Introduction to Behavioral Evidence Analysis. He is not only a court-certified professor with a PhD in behavioral analysis, he literally wrote the book on the topic, which lines up with the corkboard representation of several attractive women and their necklines and their shoulders, Turvey said, referring to images on Dylan's bedroom wall. These appear oddly similar to specific patterns of injury documented in autopsy reports. Remember that? It is difficult to overlook similarities between these images on Dylan Mortensen's corkboard in her bedroom and specific wounds to the victims. According to Turvey, self-similar indicators like this are found throughout the house. He specifically noted things like the deliberate posing of Mogan's and Kaylee's bodies and the infliction of signature wounds post-mortem. He pointed to the fact that Xana's partially naked body was left spread eagle in the doorway to her room, while Ethan's was covered up with blankets after the killing had ended. Why does this matter, he asked? Because people will tell you who they are pretty quickly, and you should believe them. All these strange things you see at the crime scene were acted out by the killers. You're seeing a behavioral portrait of the people who did this. Interesting. What about Ethan? Why would a killer inflict gruesome wounds only to cover him up? I don't know. Okay. Because they're trying to hide it. The fact that he was butchered on the bed. All right. Turvey opined. Remember, the original call to 911 was that a roommate had passed out. Right? Turvey believes a possibility is that this may have been done to create the illusion that there was nothing visibly wrong to stage the scene. All right. The killers are trying to hide Ethan's injuries, so if you were looking down the hall, you might come to the same conclusion. All right. Was he referring to the two surviving witnesses? Was his opinion that the Hobbit and the Prime could have known more than they told police? Yeah, of course. Turvey is solely expressing his opinion here. Neither the Hobbit nor the Prime have ever been implicated in wrongdoing. He believes they may have been trying to cover. Okay? Cover what? Yes. To say, hey, I just looked down the hall, and this is what I saw, and this is what I thought. The problem is, even if you look down the hall, you could see the blood is everywhere. It's just a nightmare. And then the 911 call becomes just utter nonsense, and a roommate is passed out from drinking and wouldn't wake up. That's literally what the Hobbit told 911. Yeah, that's what you did. It's on tape. How else do you explain that call? That Xana is passed out on the floor of her room and won't wake up. She's covered in blood, lying in blood. There's blood all over the room. And this girl has enough information about her roommate to tell 911 she is passed out and unresponsive, yet she doesn't see all the gruesome wounds? Right? Hunter Johnson. And that goes for Hunter Johnson as well. Not just the Hobbit, but Hunter Johnson. So yes, we can blame the Hobbit, but you also must blame Hunter Johnson in this. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Anyway. Anyhow. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What What are you thinking, loves? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hang on, real quick. Real quick. We'll get back. Hang on. Probably one of my favorite songs about. Such a beautiful, pretty song. Pretty. That's right, the number one Spirit Realm radio station here. SSR number one. Don't kill the whale. Tales of the Topographic Ocean. Don't kill the whale. All right. Something like that. That's right. Where we at, loves? We're at 130. 129.34. What's my baby doing? What's going on, Dame Celestine? What's going on with the rabbit? They're not here right on my... Oh, you poor thing. What did they do to you, Rabbit? What happened to you and I, Rabbit? What's going on with the motorcycle? Right. Sharp and distant. That's right. We all laughing. Your float is all floofy and black. Oh my God. $1978? What the hell? No, that's like, let me think about you and I. No, that was 1972. Close to the edge. God damn you. All right. No, close to the edge. '72, God damn it. Yeah, 72, Yes was like the king of fucking prog rock. Holy shit, man. Man, you got Rick Wakeman as Henry the wives of Henry VIII and shit going on there. Excalibur shit. Oh my God. You got Squire, Anderson. Right, you got Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe, baby. That is yes, baby. That is yes. Yes, indeed. What you gonna do? All right, guys. What are we doing? Where are we at? 132, yeah. 130. Welcome, blonde Lily Amy Conroy. I can't remember nothing, love. I don't remember nothing.
We all set a timer at 8 p.m. wake up
8
together.
p.m. Wake up.
They all were getting ready to go out.
We're all getting ready.
Over when we all woke up. I had to finish some psych homework, and I can look at when I turned it in.
Oh, great. Look at when you turned it in.
I'm almost positive.
Doesn't mean shit, Dylan.
I don't know for sure when they left. And I was probably still intoxicated. I would say I think it's around 9:30 to 10ish.
Did you set your alarms for 8 p.m.?
Yes, I know that for sure. We all set our alarms for 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah. When I was sleeping in the living room.
Look at when I turn this assignment in.
But you were sleeping in the living room. All right, whatever. Mortensen Prime.
It would have been the 12.
Yeah, the 12.
Again, what is the plea here? Again, what is the plea? The plea here is, my friends, I want Dylan Mortensen to take a lie detector test. That's what I want. I want her to go through a lie detector test. Fuck yes, that's what I want. I want her to be subjected to a lie detector, my friends.
So then they must have gone before.
Absolutely.
Before 10, because it took me about 20 minutes to do this assignment.
This is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your assignment is irrelevant.
Friends came over. I can't remember her name, but I met her a few times. She's super nice.
I bet she's super nice.
They were upstairs hanging out, and she was all getting ready. I got ready, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over some. I left. If I turned this in, I got ready. So it means I probably left around 10:30.
What was the class assignment you were turning in?
It's psychology 215.
Did you have a deadline at midnight or something?
Yeah, that's when I had. Well, I guess it was supposed to be turned in Friday, so I was trying to turn it in.
To get some credit?
Yes, some credit at least.
So you think you left at
10:30 because I had to get ready.
Okay.
This assignment obviously is turned in 10:12. I'm gonna say around 10:30 is when I left.
When you left, who was in the house?
Kaylee, I believe, and I know Kaylee was for sure, and I don't fully remember if her friend was still there. I'm pretty sure.
What's her name again?
I don't remember her name. She's super nice. I met her. I mean, she's an 8, so like I'm not like close with her, but I know of her, and she's super nice. I just can't remember her name. So, my house is like a 2-minute walk. Like it's right in front of our house, pretty much. Across the street, up the little green hill. I guess you would know. As I was walking there, the White's apartment, like the parking lot between, I guess, parking lot between the street and the Whites. I was walking down there, I saw Maddie, and she was holding a box of White Claws, I believe. And as she was walking, I was like, oh, like, where are you going? Like, are you not staying? She goes, no, I'm going to go to the club with Kaylee. I was like, oh, okay, well, have fun. I didn't know when they left. I didn't go home. I just went straight to the
Real quick. The route you took to go down to King and Cross?
You know those little stairs that's in between, the tiny little stairs that's next to the Whites?
Yeah.
Those tiny stairs. I walked down that, walked the Whites parking lot, and then up that green hill.
Okay, so when you came out your front, I'm assuming you came out the front door into the parking lot.
Yes.
Crossed Queen.
Yes.
Took that short little path
Yes.
between the Whites and the blue apartments
Yes.
to your left. What point in there is where you ran into Maddie?
Right when that parking lot, like that big blue dumpster, I'm almost positive is where I met her, and I was like, oh, like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm going to the club.
So you were already down then?
Yeah, I was down in the parking lot, like right where it ends, and that blue dumpster is where I saw her.
Was she headed home with the White Claws first?
Yes, she had the White Claws with her, and she was walking home. And I believe it was like one of those mini 6-packs, not like the huge ones.
And we're not here.
Yeah, I know.
I know, you know that.
So I...
you know we're not here to, rag on your fucking alcoholism. Anyway, we know that. Welcome, Neil and Ball. Are you catching some apples tonight? I love you. Welcome, Neil and Ball. So much like Nicole Kissinger, guess of nothingness. Dumpster girls. We meet at the dumpster once again. I'm holding a box of White Claws. They just gave it to me, and I have to take it all the way back up these goddamn steps. And weird, whatever. I don't know. I guess I'm carrying a box of White Claws up the steps. We saw that walkway Yeah, it's about like what, a 3-minute walk from their house to the Sigma Chi. It's about a 2 to 3 minute walk. Not far at all. Hey, Zan and Ethan, how comes nobody saw you walking 2 to 3 minutes from the frats, from the whites, back to your house? Nobody saw any of that. They only live 2 minutes away, like right up the steps, essentially. Yeah, weird. Nobody saw a thing. Again, I think what people have in their minds is that this was some huge distance that we had to travel to get back to the house. We're talking about a 2-minute walk at best. I mean, it's not very far. I think people have this, they have this imagination where the distance is like humongous or something. No, we're not talking several miles. We're talking, I don't know, what? A football field at best, maybe? Football field, all right. Maybe a little bit more, but not that far. This is the walkway where everybody takes this walkway. They all take this shortcut down through the band field and down to where the Sigma Chi house is. That's how everybody takes this shortcut. It's not very far. Not at all. So when you don't have any eyewitness to seeing Ethan or Xana coming back up that way, which is the route that they would have taken, because everybody takes this route, but nobody sees them leave or go up the steps or anything. So, yeah, again, that's mistake number 1. Absolutely. Yeah, nobody who was partying that night, nobody who was out and about at 2 o'clock in the morning, who were partying, nobody identifies Xana or Ethan going back towards the house. Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye, Moscow. You can't explain that. Where did they go? I don't think she would do that. Not at that point. Not at that point. Not at that point. You just have to think to yourself. This is what you just have to think to yourself. What was going on between 4 o'clock in the morning, okay, and 4:30 in the morning? What was going on during this time frame? What was going on? You really just have to ask yourself that question. And if you can satisfy yourself with what you think was going on between 4 o'clock in the morning and 4:25-ish, right? Or whatever. If you can satisfy that answer for yourself, well, then you're good. Then you're good, because because that's the time frame that these people are going with. So you have to ask yourself this question, right? You got to ask yourself, okay, well, what exactly though was going on between these 20 minutes, 25 minutes here? I mean, you're going to take the road where this is where the 4 murders occurred. That's it, and that's what happened. Yeah. Or not. So, So for me, that I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think these 4 murders occurred within this period of time. I do not think that, no. Well, again, it would be... No, I mean, just... I don't think so. I don't think so. Look, let's say you kill off Ethan outside. Let's say you kill Ethan off outside the house, right? You kill him off outside the house. All right, whatever. Fine, right? You bring him, but you have to bring him back inside the house, put him on the bed, and he's bleeding out. I mean, come on. But then you have to explain, like, how badly Xana was, like, what appears to be absolutely, definitely murdered in that room. You'd have to explain that. So you can't say that they were killed outside the house and then brought back in. That doesn't fit, man. Because there appears to be that, yes, at least one person was murdered in that room. At least it looks that way. So I don't think they were both dead and brought back in the house. There definitely was somebody was alive in that room that was killed in that room. Like, yeah, not brought there, in my opinion. So you have to consider that. That's a weird but see, that's one of these wrinkles where it's like, yes, you know what? It would be easier if they were killed outside the house. It would be easier to think that and to have just somebody come and take their bodies, put them in the bedroom, and just leave them there. That would be probably easier. But no, that's not exactly what happened here. So, no. I know a lot of people had some theories about that shit, but no. You'd have to really stretch your imagination here, my friend. You'd have to really be, you have to really be playing in the mud with that. Because then you're going to have to stretch your imagination. Too far. Well, they made it look like, see, then you're going to have to go to this. Well, they made it look like all this blood in the room. They made it look like it was a struggle. Come on. Now we're going into fairy world. We're going into fairy tale land here. No, see, your argument breaks down right there. Yeah, I mean, you can fuck up the crime scene like afterwards, but I don't think you're doing that when. That's too much. That's too much for me. That's like way too much forethought, bordering on almost ridiculousness. Nah. No, that to me that would be very hard to stage. Okay? If they find the bodies where they're lying, where the blood is, and it's where it is with their bodies are, right? It would be very difficult, in my opinion, to fake, a crime scene like that where you're just throwing around blood or whatever. That's not going to work. You're not going to do that. So, no, I'm pretty sure at least one of them were killed in that room. Absolutely. So, at least one of them. And that one of them, of course, would be Xana. So, yeah. So she, in my opinion, yes, Xana was definitely murdered in that fucking room. She wasn't murdered outside in a frat somewhere or in a fucking in a wishing well, wherever. No, that's not what happened. Ethan, on the other hand, Ethan is a little bit more difficult to explain. You know, he is. Xana, you can explain better. Ethan is difficult to explain in this scenario. He is, you know. However, we got to be careful, because just because we know, like, okay, this is a big guy, you know, he's tall, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, that may be true. And he may have all these whatever. But we can't just assume that because of that, he is going to somehow save the fucking day here. So you can't get wrapped up into that idea either. You know what I mean? And so I think sometimes, like, people like Whitcomb and Turvey, they want to get wrapped up in this idea that, well, this was a big guy, he was a big male, and we take on this Superman complex, but that's not reality, guys. So we can't get sucked into that shit. You know, yeah, in like a perfect Western romance, right? In a perfect Western romance, you know, the cowboy Ethan would wake up from his slumber and stop the perpetrator from doing whatever. That's a Western fucking romance novel here. You know, and I think some of these people like Whitcomb and Turvey, and they get sucked into that. You know, just because he was a big guy doesn't mean he's going to be a hero of a story. You got to get that out of your head. So, and I think Whitcomb and Turvey make this mistake, or at least Whitcomb does. You know. All you have to do with Mr. Ethan, all you have to do is just render him helpless. That's all you have to really do here. Yes, we know he's a big guy, sure, but all you have to do really with him is you just have to render him helpless. you know, I mean, so he doesn't move, really. And so what? As long as he doesn't get up and try to attack you, well, you're fine. So before that happens, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to render him helpless in some fashion, whether or not he's sleeping or not. So, yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. I love you, but this is the analysis. This is a real analysis of what you're going to have to do here, guys. You know, I can see and picture, as gross as this sounds, I can see and picture the fight between these people, killers, and Xana. I can kind of see that play out in my head and how bad that is. I can't see there anything else playing out. Like, I can't see how Ethan's dispatched. I can't really see that playing out very well. I'm still not sure of a picture of how Kaylee and Maddie were dispatched. I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still trying to picture, like, the movements or how this thing happened, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to picture that scenario. And it's still very difficult to even. Right. It's bullshit. No straight lines. You want to see some misaligned shit? Here, I'll show you misaligned shit. Let's check this. Let's check this nuts area. Oh, here we are. Right?
Check with Prince.
Yeah, check for Prince. I don't know. I guess we're checking for Prince, guys. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? Anybody out there? Oh, listen. Okay. We got our flashlight out. We're sighing heavily. Oh, Well, would you look at that black backpack right there? Gee, it looks very similar to the one in the middle of the goddamn living room. What do you think? Okay. Nah, no thoughts at all, Moscow. Right. Let's go back in and traverse the same fucking thing we just did. Here we go. Are you ready? That's the same. Oh, look at that black backpack. Wonderful. We look out the same window again. Here are the, right? Clear. Now we're going right back up.
Do you want me to go back there and start hiding people?
Okay. Hey, we're gonna look at. Oh no, we didn't look out the window. We resisted the window. All right, there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna start IDing all them.
Okay, good idea. All right, here we go. Welcome to my man. Welcome to my Frankenstein. There we are. Oh yeah, right. Hang on now. Hey, no need to come up here. All the girls are dead. They're all slaughtered to death. No need. Hey, back off. Look, it's a troop of them. A troop of EMS personnel walking up the hill, my loves. I am the greatest of all time, by the way. Thank you for coming to my garden. But let's watch. It's a quadruple homicide, he says. But wait. No. It's when the moon hits your eye like a great pizza pie. Oh, listen, that's amore. It's amore. It's amore. I love you. Don't turn away now. You may just like me. Don't go yet. I am your shadow. Did you forget? You turned your back on me. Why do you do this? I am the greatest thing of all time. Yet you turn your back on me. Why? I told you. But you don't listen. You say, Master Nature, how comes you're not the greatest psychic on the face of the planet? I say, but I am. I am your shadow. I am the greatest psychic on the face of the planet. But yet you still don't believe me. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Mrs. John? When all the while, I'm just trying to get a haircut. You understand that? I'm just trying to get a haircut, Mrs. John. Mrs. John.
Who's your favorite character in Little Mermaid?
Ursula.
Ursula? Alright.
Oh my God. Ashley. Ashley. Maisie, I have a confession to make. Oh my God, guys. Hey, listen, guys. I've been holding this in for a really long time. I've been keeping this secret from the God. Oh, from the God. Oh my God. I feel really guilty. Well, apparently, I guess people don't like MD. They did bailed. Fuck you. All right. Fuck you. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Hey, is that feeling better yet?
Yes, I am.
Oh, great. Hey, Mrs. John, I had a really good idea here. Now, I know sometimes we think in bell towers, well, in Tower of London, well, in the London Bridge, okay? Well, in any sanatorium that you could think of from 1650 to, I don't know, 1972, okay? I love you! Oh my God, I love you. Where have you been all my life? My God. You're my soulmate. Oh my God. Well, we have to modernize. Mrs. John, listen, Mrs. John. We have to modernize. Okay. We can't live in this gray, what do we call this? A dark fucking shadow castle in the middle of the malls. We can't fucking live there no more. Fucking dark shadow kind of shit going on there. I love you, Grand Victorian Ash. I love you, Grand Victorian Ash. I love you. Who are you, Grand Victorian Ash? I don't know. I don't know anymore, Mrs. John. This war, Mrs. John, has been tearing me apart. This 100-year Butterface battle war has been tearing me apart. I don't know who I am anymore. Oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on here?
Egg dip.
That sounds
Egg
delicious.
dip?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I bet.
What are you gonna dip in it?
Oh,
Crackers or chips?
what are you gonna dip it in? Crackers or chips, Mr. John? Oh my fucking God. Here we go again.
You're just gonna eat it by the spoonful? I mean, that sounds good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shove it right in my fucking face. Fuck the spoon.
Watching Pinocchio.
Oh, watching Pinocchio shoveling the fucking tortillas in your fucking mouth. Oh, that sounds like a real good time to me.
Yo, you've been watching Pinocchio too?
I love you.
You may not love me, but I fucking love you.
Live action.
Yep.
Live
Action? I haven't
great.
seen that one.
You're not seeing it?
No.
I ain't fucking see it.
Yeah, he plays that. Such a paddle.
Who?
Geppetto?
Who?
Oh, you fucking little prick. Mrs. John, now I'm starting to get on the action here. I'm starting to get a little irritated with this shit.
All right. Now, fuck off, Stanley. I'm the one narrating this. All right, fuck off. Yeah, I look good.
I got you.
I'm so happy.
And Sarah's outside. Peekaboo.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, they're like, oh, that's fucking normal. They're like, oh, yeah, that's real fucking normal.
Wow, he swears. Good.
He does swear. He's
Where'd he
funny.
go?
I think he's hilarious.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Yeah.
superstar.
What? What are you talking about? Yeah.
I kick your ass.
Oh, all right. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Guys. Wait, hang on.
Okay.
Now, here's what I'm thinking, Mrs. John. Now, I'm so sorry. But here's what I'm thinking. Now, where would he fit in here? Now, here's what I'm thinking, guys. What kind of job would make him most happiest? I'm thinking about this. Now, Okay, I figured it out. There's Mrs. John and Ashley and Mrs. John and Amy Conway, Blonde Lily. So here's what I was thinking. Like in my asylum. now in my asylum, where would I put him to work? So here's what I'm thinking. Now listen, I feel this person would be most happy if he was running around the gardens, picking like lettuce and fucking carrots and shit, and radishes. Don't forget the radishes. All right. But I feel his job in my asylum would be to like run around, get the fucking cabbages, get the fucking carrot, get the fucking string beans there, and then he delivers them to the fucking kitchen. That's just what I feel here, Mrs. John. Now you're talking to Tyrone here, okay? Now Tyrone has a lot of experience with this stuff, and so but anyway, in my asylum, that's the task, and he'd be very happy doing it. Don't get me wrong, he'd be very happy. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, Mrs. John, that was a long time ago. You can't hold it against me. I'm dead. You cannot hold it against me. But that's what we used to do back in the day. And hey, it kind of worked out a little. It worked out sometime. Anyway. Sometimes it worked really well. Yeah, it's like weird. Anyway, I guess that's not right. Just roll. Well, what are we doing? I remember no politics, my love. No politics, my love. No politics, my love. I don't know. All right. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This kind of mood now. Wait. That's right, baby. No, wait a minute. Now you're pitting this. baby. Throw some. That's right. Upside down, love. Upside down. All right. Anyway. The Hobbit. The Prime. Yes. Right. Turvey was no longer trying to come up with theories. He had already formed his own opinions. In his mind, this had moved past the point of accusation. He was hired by the defense to poke holes in Thompson's case, and that is exactly what he did. He filed his report as a statement of expert opinion based on forensic evidence and documented behavior. All right. Lovely. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, he cautioned. Before moving further on to the survivors, he wanted to address the house itself. Well, that's a good question, right? How does the offender get in? That's the first problem. They've got to have a code to the front door, not necessarily, or a key or something, because nothing is broken, nothing is disturbed, not necessarily. Not only that, but this house has been redesigned from top to bottom, meaning the floor plan would not have been widely known to people who had been there during previous semesters. That's a little weak. Whatever. That's a little weak. And why go straight up to the third floor, ignoring Dylan's room on the second? That's a good point. That's a good point. Because they had a target, right, an objective, right, great. Turvey asserted. The people responsible for these crimes had to have had knowledge of the house. Yes, I would think to some, rudimentary degree yesterday, right? Getting up to the third floor is not that hard, but then you have to look through the rooms as you go, passing Kaylee's room until you get to Maddie's. And then what about Xana and Ethan? They were killed far from that scene, downstairs and at the other end of the house. Exactly why? Because once they're done, the killers come down to the second floor and see Xana and realize, oh my God, these people know who we are and they recognize us and they're witnesses, so we've got to kill her too. Then Ethan, who never gets out of bed while she's fighting for her life on the floor. The only way that works is that there is more than one killer. And the only plausible reason is that they are witnesses. Then there is the issue of what appears to be a cleanup of the whole second floor. Okay. But, okay. You have more than two killers. You have more than one killer in this. Right? Yet, the question here is, if that's the case, how comes these killers did not hurt Dylan Mortensen? So, that's my opinion. That should be in this, because we're talking about the killer or killers. And that because Ethan and Xana were killed because they were witnesses, well then you have to address Dylan Mortensen because she was a witness too, and nothing happened to her. Right? So I don't know. I would put her in this sequence. Because Mortensen is a witness too, but she was not hurt at all. So, if you're going to say Ethan and Xana were witnesses, well then you have to include Dylan Mortensen in this. And then you're going to have to ask yourself, well then why did Dylan Mortensen, she was a witness, but she wasn't harmed in any fucking fashion. Witness. Be careful with that fucking word. Nitwits out there. So yeah, Whitcomb. Yes, if that's your theory, blended in with Turvey's theory here, well, that's stupid. Because if that's your theory that they were witnesses, well then Mortensen should have been killed as well, idiot. So, and that didn't happen. Okay, so what does that tell you? That tells you they weren't witnesses. That's what it tells you. They didn't witness anything. No, they didn't. That never happened. They didn't witness shit. That's my opinion. They didn't witness a lot. Yes, okay. Yes, some of their blood was found in the fucking... right. But you don't know when that got there. That could have gotten there 2 hours before Maddie and Kaylee showed up. You don't know. Okay. Yeah. See, again, it's much more plausible that Xana and Ethan were already killed, okay, by the time Maddie and Kaylee got home, settled into bed. Dylan made sure of all this, right? She videotaped this, right? Them with the deciding about the grub truck food. She videotaped that in Kaylee's bedroom. Yeah. But after a while, she stopped videotaping. When supposedly she went to bed. Yeah. But her phone activity never stopped. Right? So, anyway, whatever. It doesn't work. No, it never worked. We are not hearing Kaylee at 4 o'clock in the morning dancing around the living room with her dog. That is not happening at all. And I don't know. I'm telling you, people believe this shit. But that is not happening, my friends. That never happened. Nobody's dancing around with Murphy. No, not at 4 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me? See, again, Mortensen, 11/17. Mortensen arrested. Mortensen D arrested. Put away. Mortensen D should have been arrested 11/17. That's the fact, Jack. We all know it. All I want for Christmas, besides my 2 front teeth, I would really like to see a lie detector test on Ms. Mortensen and on Bethany the Hobbit Funk. I would really love to see that. Really. If anybody can make that possible, that'd be fantastic. Make them do fucking lie detectors. Yeah, good luck. I know. Good luck. Anyway, whatever. It's either that or you go with the actual evidence. What you got to look at the evidence here, and you can't just throw away pieces of evidence because it points to the roommates or it points to Jack DeCour or whatever. You can't just do that. And you can't just totally not test evidence. And you can't just totally ignore like little G, like little Gabriel. You can't just ignore these things, and not there's no follow up. It's like you just can't do this stuff. But anyway, whatever. On and on and on. Hey, we'll pick it up later, guys. We'll pick it up fucking later. It's the same old story. Same old damn story. That's what it is. Same old damn story. Pick it up later. Where we're at? 219. Yeah. 219, eh? All right, loves. Well, we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up later. I hope you like this. I know we're dwindling. We're dwindling, loves. We're dwindling. I love you, though. I love you. I just don't want to keep going on and on and on and on. Tomorrow we do. I love you, babies. Until tomorrow, my loves. Remember...